Hey guys, King in the North here, bringing you Sekiro. Shadows die twice. But I can assure you, I'll be doing a lot more than dying twice. This playthrough, I decided I was going to do this for the channel. I beat it once on stream, and it was a slog for me. I struggle with timing, but as it is, part of the conversation with the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne, it's something I do want here, and something to look back on, I guess. Right. But anyway, I'm going to start this off with the English voice instead of the Japanese. I did through with Japanese and just want to do it through English this time. And yeah, with that, I'll talk more about my experiences as we get through this playthrough. So sit back and enjoy all the coming deaths.
In the closing years of the Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict. The fires of war raged on, spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
Is the war finally over?
Master swordsman Ashina staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
Listen, Wolf. You must never forget the Shinobi Code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
Some 20 years after Ishin's coup, the Ashina clan was on the brink of collapse. And the shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything. Both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
Shinobi, open your eyes. For the sake of your master.
Right, and so our story begins. Okay. Mental letter. I'm not completely new at this, obviously. Like I said, I played this on stream. I'm familiar with some of the combat, so at certain times it'll look like I know what I'm doing. Other times I'm going to look like a complete idiot. Just want to make sure there is no items up here to heal or anything. This wall. But yeah, I think this game, it has a good story to it. I do like the story. I will not take that from it.
That shinobi at the bottom of the well. We didn't shackle him, restrain
But,
him, nothing. That doesn't
of
worry
course,
anybody?
the combat is
Not at all.
the hard
Not
part of the
only
game,
is he unarmed,
right?
he has completely lost
And
his will to live. Nothing but
There's
power.
certain times where I've felt like I was getting the hang of it, and then I guess regressed to where I was like, yeah, definitely not getting this.
The moonlight shines strongly on the Moonview Tower.
Do some eavesdrops
The
here.
divine heir is probably using the light for his
So,
means.
with that said, I will do my best to
Imprisoning a mere child. As
not
you said,
cheese boss fights,
agreed. But I'm sure
but I'm
Lord
obviously
Wilson
not
will
going
have
to
reasons.
record and show every like failed attempt. If I like struggle like 15 times on a boss, I'll be editing that out. But I will definitely make note at the end of all the boss fights on how many attempts it took me.
The Moonview Tower door. You check that it's locked, right? It's certainly locked, but nobody fixed that hole in the wall. That? Don't worry about it. The hole faces the edge of a cliff. No one could pass through it.
Climb on up and jump this wall. There it is. Okay, pull ourselves up.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
I've come to free you, my lord.
Well then. Raise your head. Kusabimaru, your sword. My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
As you command.
Alright, so that is our katana, our primary weapon for attacking and deflecting, obviously. So let's grab this rope. God, I'm gonna have to get used to that. X not being picking up items, but square. Start inventory. Just trying to get a refresher here. Actually, sorry. These are quick items. All it's on there.
Loyal Wolf, I see you are wounded. I have something that may help. It is a special gourd of medicinal waters. Use it to heal your wounds.
Is our healing gourd?
Now then, were you gravely injured? Afterward?
After what?
Do you not remember that night?
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage. Once you find it, signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it.
Right. Oh, totally did not mean to do that. I have to equip the healing gourd. Equivalent, or I guess you'd say it's the equivalent to a drink it here. Our Estus flask from Souls. It has charges that we will get over time. Second here. Sorry about that. Had to knock at the door. Had to grab that. Alright. So with anyone who's unfamiliar with Sekiro, it's not about hitting your enemy. Oh, already spotted. It's not about hitting your enemy until they run out of health. So that does work. You want to break people's posture with parries or attacking. Right there, I just parried him, broke his posture, and you get a killing blow. While that is very easy, obviously, right there, the enemies get stronger, have better posture, and hit a lot harder and faster later on in the game. So these guys are really, this one will actually have a little bit of a stamina or a posture to himself here. The posture bar is below the health bar when you're fighting them. The lock on, that is helpful through most of the game. There are a few fights which I will point out that the lock on will actually work against you. If you lock on and jump, you can also get a killing blow with the stealth attack. That guy's still dying. So you also want to be on the assault for a lot of the times. You don't want to stand there. I was just trying to show off the deflect skill there, but you also want to keep an assault on enemies because they, the more you attack, the quicker it builds up their posture bar. And here we have a little bit of a tougher enemy, obviously. We're about to see here. This guy also has different moves that are not blockable, in which you have to perform different actions. Also have to watch your own posture bar. That is the bar at the bottom. So he lost a red dot up in the top left corner. That means you activated his next health bar. There we go. That guy is still relatively easy to what we're going to end up seeing, especially versions of him later on. He basically exists to show off the death blow mechanic. So I believe this is locked. It doesn't open from this side. I'm trying to remember the best way of getting around here right now. I think there's a munchkin guy up here. Oh, can eavesdrop on these guys.
At the bottom of the moat, under the bridge, we just got orders to guard it. Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
There it is, that's the munchkin guy. I was able to break his punch real quick. Versions of him later on become a lot more stronger. The hat that he wears actually acts as a shield. Drop down right here. Pellets. And we are at the bridge that we're looking for, but I just want to see something real quick. I think I probably could have gone around the other way. I think there's a couple more items up top there. If I'd gone around this side, I believe I could have gotten to them. That's alright. Throw this door open, and use the reed.
Wolf, you found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.
To think that this is the only way, to run from the fated bloodline, is the only answer. Where shall we go once we're away from the castle? I suppose the first thing we should do is cross the Ashina border. Or perhaps we should hide somewhere. What do you think?
Whatever you desire,
Whatever I desire? That's the wolf I know.
my lord.
Oh, nothing. I was just reminiscing. Onward, then.
Right, let's carry onward.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro, you.
Leave this to me.
So the noble Shinobi stands in our way.
Alright, so this is technically a boss fight.
You face Genichiro Ashina.
But to jump from that for now. You can actually jump on his head. It's a little, I don't know, it's off sometimes. Sometimes you just kind of go at an angle. Alright, and we died. This is actually a scripted death. I don't really have the stuff to... You can beat him, I just don't have the, resources to do it right now, and it's been a little bit since I played.
Is that all the Shinobi has to offer? The divine heir will be coming with me.
And somehow he's already knocked out. So in that fight, if you beat him, he still gets up at the end and slices your arm off. And we have a prosthetic arm.
So you're awake. Looks like death is not your fate. Just yet.
Alright. Shinobi prosthetic. That is essentially the trick to this game, is that item there. There's a lot that we can do with it.
Call yourself. Your eyes. The eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Spoken like a true shinobi. I must carve the Buddha. You do what you will.
Why am I here?
All I did was drag you here. Didn't even know if I was dragging a corpse. Couldn't let you get eaten by a pack of wild dogs.
How long was I asleep?
Some time has passed since I found you.
I see.
However, your master yet lives. He's being held prisoner in Ashina Castle. They will soon make use of his bloodline. Looking at you, I'm sure you appreciate the value it has.
Okay, so we know where we're going to have to go.
My left arm. What did you do to me?
That is what I call the Shinobi prosthetic. A fitting fang for a one-armed wolf. Useless when it comes to carving Buddha, though. You can have it.
Shinobi prosthetic.
It is no mere replacement for your lost arm. Come to me if you find any Shinobi tools.
Shinobi tools. I see. advice.
You catch on quick. If you bring me shinobi tools, I'll find a way to fit them to the shinobi prosthetic. Then you'll come to appreciate its worth. I've said too much. Go now.
Okay, so like he just said, like as I was saying, the Shinobi prosthetic is essentially the main thing to this game, I guess is the most general way of putting it. It's going to have various uses and different tools that'll help us throughout our campaign.
What did you mean when you said they'll make use of his bloodline?
I don't know much about him, except the dragon's heritage. There's a special kind of blood by that name, and that blood runs through your master's veins.
So the divine heir.
Someone's after him. Might be that the strange things happening to your body have something to do with that. You're quite the strange one, yet other peculiar visitors have come to this temple. There's one in the clearing to the right of the gate leading off the temple grounds. Two strangers in strange circumstances. You two might get along.
Alright, so we'll head out here. And this is basically the bonfire or lantern for this game. It is the sculptor idol. You rest at it, it will fill the gourd and replenish your health. Also spend your, I forget what it's called here. It's not souls, but I'm going to keep referring to it as souls. It's that little hurricane thing off to the bottom below attack power. You fill that bar, and it'll bank after it's filled. So when it becomes 1, you can't lose anything. You can't go behind 1. But as the bar fills, you can lose whatever is in the bar. The prayer beads build up your health, I believe, and raise your vitality. Memory increases your attack power, so right now we have a 10 vitality and attack power of 1. I'll revisit that, once we get items for that. See the little cross there? Those are required for spending for actions on the Shinobi prosthetic, and the little gold piece over there is your currency, which you also drop, which you lose in combat. So, just going to explore real quick. I am going to have to get used to the controls here again. So if you see me kind of just hopping around all over the place, it's because I forgot just the controls. But it shouldn't take me too long, because the first time I played this was when it launched, and then I got a little ways in and gave up, and then came back and beat it, and that was just a couple months ago, so I shouldn't be too bad. Over here is a trainer that'll go over most of the mechanics of parry and all that good stuff. Not going to worry about that because I already have an understanding for it. But I am going to call this an episode here. We're almost 30 minutes in. I might go a little bit longer with some of these because some of the areas are a little bit more in depth. And want to at least start episodes with boss fights rather than ending them with boss fights. So it's a little bit easier to edit. But for now, guys, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode. Peace.